Are you worried that your green card might suddenly be at risk in 2025? With so many policy changes and rumors floating around, it's easy to feel uncertain. But what if I told you that certain green cards are completely secure and knowing which ones could save you years of stress, delays, and confusion? Stick around, because in this video, I'm breaking down exactly which green cards remain safe, why they're protected, and what you need to do to stay ahead. The first type of green card that is considered secure in 2025 is the family-sponsored green card. Family-based immigration has been a cornerstone of U.S. immigration policy for decades. It allows U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents to petition for close family members. This includes spouses, unmarried children under 21, parents of U.S. citizens over 21, and, in some cases, siblings. The reasoning behind keeping these categories secure is simple: family unity has consistently been a priority in immigration law. While there may be changes in visa allocation numbers or processing timelines, the fundamental eligibility criteria remain stable. It's important to note that family-sponsored green cards can still experience delays. Processing times may fluctuate based on the number of applications submitted each year or changes in administrative efficiency. However, these are procedural delays rather than a threat to the validity or security of the green card category itself. For those already in line or preparing to apply, it's crucial to stay updated with official USCIS timelines and ensure all paperwork is accurate. Filing errors or missing documentation often cause more issues than policy changes. Employment-based green cards are another category that remains relatively secure in 2025, especially certain subcategories. For example, EB-1 green cards for individuals with extraordinary abilities, multinational executives, and outstanding professors or researchers have historically faced high demand but have remained protected due to their strategic value to the U.S. economy. The EB-2 category, especially with a national interest waiver, also remains a reliable pathway. These categories are prioritized because they attract highly skilled talent and critical professionals, which aligns with national economic interests. It's worth mentioning that while employment-based green cards are secure, there are nuances you should understand. Visa bulletin updates can affect availability, meaning there could be waiting periods depending on your country of origin. Certain high-demand countries, such as India and China, often face longer backlogs. Understanding the priority date system is essential to predicting when your green card might be approved. Keeping close attention to the monthly visa bulletin released by the U.S. Department of State is a practical way to avoid surprises. In addition to family-sponsored and employment-based green cards, there are humanitarian categories that are generally secure. These include green cards obtained through asylum, refugee status, or special immigrant juvenile status. These categories have specific protections under U.S. law. While political discourse may influence aspects of immigration enforcement, outright elimination of these green card types is extremely rare because of the legal and international obligations the U.S. has committed to. If you are in one of these categories, you can be reasonably confident in the security of your status, although staying compliant with all requirements is essential. It's also important to debunk some common misconceptions. Social media and various online forums often spread alarmist claims about certain green card types being at risk of immediate revocation. In reality, green card revocation typically only occurs under very specific circumstances, such as fraud, criminal activity, or a material misrepresentation during the application process. Being aware of these facts can help you focus on what truly matters, maintaining compliance and ensuring that all documentation is up to date. Panic or misinformation can lead to mistakes that are far more damaging than any policy change. One major factor to consider is the concept of conditional versus permanent green cards. Some family-based and employment-based green cards are conditional, usually valid for 2 years, and require a petition to remove conditions before becoming permanent. For instance, a marriage-based green card obtained through a marriage less than 2 years old comes with a conditional status. Conditional green card holders need to file Form I-751 or Form I-829 for employment-based green cards. Missing deadlines or failing to properly submit these forms can jeopardize your status. This is separate from broader policy changes and remains the most immediate practical risk for green card holders. Another consideration in 2025 is the broader political context. While some policy changes are discussed in the news or online forums, many require congressional approval or extensive regulatory procedures. This means that even if there is talk of adjusting green card eligibility or quotas, the implementation process can take months or even years. For green card holders in secure categories, these discussions rarely translate to immediate personal risk. Awareness is important, but it should be balanced with perspective and verified sources. Legal experts often advise maintaining meticulous records. Green card holders should keep copies of their immigration paperwork, employment verification, tax records, and any correspondence with USCIS. Proper documentation is your strongest defense if questions ever arise about your status. In addition, staying engaged with official updates from USCIS, the Department of State, and trusted immigration attorneys ensures you are not relying on rumors or misleading online posts. Knowledge is empowerment, and it helps reduce unnecessary stress about potential risks. While focusing on secure categories, it's also smart to think ahead. Planning for naturalization, for instance, can be a long-term goal that adds a layer of protection. U.S. citizens cannot lose their citizenship except in extremely rare circumstances, so progressing from a green card to citizenship provides the ultimate security. If you're in a green card category that is currently secure, you might consider evaluating eligibility for naturalization and preparing for that process early. Another important aspect is understanding the difference between green card eligibility and green card processing. Security of the green card category refers to the continued existence of that category in U.S. immigration law, while processing refers to how quickly or efficiently your application is handled. Both are relevant, but the first is about long-term security, while the second is about short-term logistics. By keeping both factors in mind, you can plan your next steps more effectively and avoid unnecessary anxiety. Some people worry about sudden policy shifts or executive orders affecting their status. While executive actions can influence immigration priorities or administrative processes, they do not typically nullify existing green card statuses. The protections in place for family-sponsored, employment-based, and humanitarian green cards are deeply embedded in law, meaning that individuals already holding these green cards are not in immediate danger of losing their status due to a new policy announcement. Understanding this distinction can help reduce fear and misinformation. It's also worth exploring practical strategies to ensure security. Staying compliant with U.S. laws, filing timely applications for renewals or adjustments, and consulting with experienced immigration professionals are all proactive steps that reinforce security. Networking with community organizations or immigration advocacy groups can also provide access to credible information and guidance in case of procedural changes. Taking these steps transforms uncertainty into actionable planning, which is far more productive than reacting to rumors. Lastly, while much attention is given to what could change, focusing on what remains stable can be empowering. The categories discussed, family-sponsored, certain employment-based, and humanitarian green cards, have consistently been resilient despite political discussions or administrative shifts. This stability allows applicants and green card holders to plan their lives, careers, and families with a higher degree of confidence. Understanding which green cards are secure, why they are secure, and what actions you need to take ensures that you are not caught off guard by speculation or misinformation. In conclusion, navigating the immigration landscape in 2025 requires accurate information, patience, and a focus on compliance. Family-sponsored green cards, employment-based categories like EB1 and EB2, and humanitarian green cards remain secure despite ongoing political discussions. Conditional green card holders should pay special attention to deadlines and documentation to maintain their status. Keeping up with official updates, maintaining records, and seeking professional guidance when necessary provides a strong foundation for security and peace of mind. Understanding your options, staying informed, and being proactive is the best way to ensure your green card remains secure in 2025 and beyond.